Hi, everybody. Welcome to another open house here for Cherry and Tech. Ali and Juliet, we are so excited to have you for another one because there's a lot of stuff happening and we are like so pumped to share this information. I feel like we are going to go us talking between like, I don't know, 25, 30 minutes. I would say less than that. But if you are on YouTube or if you're in LinkedIn, we can see your questions. So make sure that you drop down your questions so we can answer them. I feel like we will are going to answer all the questions that you have as we go, but make sure that you pop it down, drop it down, pop it down is more like this. Drop it down, drop down your questions so we get
It's
to
too
answer
early
them.
for that, Juliet.
For me, it's good for you. It's good for you. So we can get to answer your questions. So before we start, why don't we tell people who we are? So Ali, go for it.
Yes, hello. My name is Ali Quintano. I am a DevOps engineer in my professional full-time job, and I work for VoiceThread, an education technology company. And I also am the product manager and co-founder for Cherry on Tech. So I've been working with my tech squad for over 3 years now, doing all kinds of projects, and started our cohort program with Juliet last year. And yeah, I'm just here to talk all about it today.
Okay, and I'm Juliet. I'm Juliet Fajardo, originally from Colombia, but I've been living in Canada for the last 16 years. I'm a senior product designer in the mental health insurance side here in Canada. And yes, I don't know. You can find me on ADP List. I have a podcast and Cherry and Tech. I mean, if you know me, you already know that I talk a lot about Cherry and Tech, and that's what we do it today again. So let me go back to my agenda. I lost it because I realized that it was nine. And anyway, so the second thing that we're going to be talking about is what is Cherry on Tech? I feel like that's a big one. So Ali, what is Cherry on Tech?
Yes, for anyone new joining us, we're happy you're here. Happy that you want to learn more about Cherry on Tech. So what Cherry on Tech was originally was a tech squad, which means a group of people who either work in or want to work in the tech industry, and they want to just help each other level up their skills, work on projects to get together, help each other gain real experience. So that's how Chair and Tech started, and what it was a tech squad. And now it is this beautiful organization where we have lots of people involved. We have a cohort program where we guide people through a project from beginning to end to get to a real live software running on the web by the end of 13 weeks. So now it's so many things, and we have job readiness coming, and we have mentorship, and we have a whole online community. So Cherry on Tech to me is really this community of tech squads. It's not just one anymore. We're all there to support each other, and we're all people who are passionate about leveling up in our careers and supporting each other and doing the same. And yeah, that's kind of how I would describe it. What would you say, Juliet?
I was going to ask you about uh, the biggest thing for us is the tech squad. Is the roots and the base for absolutely everything that we do. That now, yes, have grown into all these different things. That you are spoiling the surprises that we have at the end, but that's all good. We can go more in depth. But uh, what is a tech squad? I feel like I'm going to just throw it back at you because I feel like this is what you're really passionate about. So you talk us a little bit about Cherry on Tech, but tech squad is the heart. So what is a tech squad?
Yeah, so I like mentioned kind of the cross-functional aspect of it, and but what it really means is you have people who are out there who are aspiring developers or product managers or designers, and you know how are they getting a job? Are they just working by themselves in a room, not talking to anybody? No, probably not. Like maybe they are right now, but they shouldn't be, because it's not going to get them a job. People, we've heard time and time again, people, go to interviews are being told they don't have enough experience, but they're trying to get the job so they can get experience. And like, we've just seen the value for ourselves from our first tech squad with me and Juliet and the other people on our first tech squad, that having this, tech squad where we're working on projects together, we gain that real experience that we can bring in and talk about. And even some of us on our first tech squad weren't even brand new to tech. Maybe we're career changers like me, or just people who are, maybe going from sort of a consulting to a different kind of job. So there's always changes going on in your career that you want to make, and having a support system, a group of people who are, in the same kind of realm that you can talk to about what's going on with your job search or your career aspirations. And we've really focused on this idea that being project based, but like support focused is like the best way to support each other, because we all need that experience. And so I can work with a designer, I can work with other developers, and I'm gaining all this real experience. Hey, I see you too, Juliet.
I know. Sorry.
It's okay. Yeah, I could go on about tech squads, but I think that's that core idea, this cross-functional team working together to help, do projects, but also like the point of those projects is to help each other gain experience. So it's about the relationships and working together to help support each other. Yeah.
So I was trying to figure out some stuff because I don't see us on live. So I'm kind of concerned, like, where are we?
I see live in the corner.
Yes, and I see one person. I feel like trying to figure out where it is happening. Sorry, Ali, I was just like,
no problem.
Just trying to realize, where did we go from this? I mean, yeah, I don't know where we live. I don't see us. Usually by this point, we're already live in different places, but I just don't see us live. And I don't know, whoever is seeing us, where are you watching us? Or is this mommy watching us? That's concerning.
Yeah. Tell us where you're watching us from. I can look on YouTube if it should be there.
Yeah, no, like I'm here on YouTube and I don't see us.
I see us on YouTube.
You see us? You see us?
Actually, playing on the video for Tanya and the gaining cross-functional experience, so it might just be on the wrong event.
Yes, okay. I'm just concerned that people that came to watch us is not watching us.
We can switch over to the other and then reset the.
Let me see. That's what I wanted. Oh, session. Oh, the session link is added to Pins.com and can live using the channel's videos. Okay, Lavina, thank you. Lavina, do you mind to share? I don't know where you are. That's interesting. Thank you for sharing. Lavina, I'm going to use your help. Can you drop that link here so I can share it on LinkedIn? It's so interesting. I don't know. I just don't see it.
Thank you, Lena. Yeah, it seems like on YouTube we're just streaming to the wrong event out of the two that we had.
Yes. Oh, I see. You saw it on the other one?
Yeah, I sent you the link.
Oh, I see. Oh, I have so many links going on everywhere. I feel like that's
it happens. It's okay. Yeah, well, it's still early. We could switch over or whatever you think is best.
I feel like this is going to break. Okay, let me just share this on here. I see us. Okay, Ali, I'm going to just ask you more questions so that you give me some time to put this in other places. Tell us about a little bit of the Cherry on Tech story.
Yeah.
How did we start it?
Yeah, so I mentioned about over 3 years ago, I started working with my tech squad, and that was the first squad. And it was Juliet, Novella, and Adrienne. We had 2 developers. Okay, I'll keep talking while Juliet's figuring this out. We had 2 developers. Juliet is a designer, and I was just in a public Slack for product managers, and I saw Juliet posted a link. Didn't know her at the time, and it was just like, hey, we're looking for someone to join a group doing side projects as a product manager. And at the time I was kind of pivoting my career and thinking about what I wanted to do, and had some experience. So I said, let's talk about it. And then it was just like we chatted and we just like jumped in, and we started working on our first project, and we wanted to, of course, build the Cherry on Tech website and started with that. And then, we just got to know each other. And what we realized is, how we stayed together as a group over the years is that we had a weekly meeting, an hour a week. We were just like committed to, as often as possible, showing up to be there for each other, and prioritizing ourselves and what we want out of our career. And having that standing meeting really like made kept the momentum going of like, even if we were struggling with a project or we had a lot going on in our lives, we'd like know that there'd be people here for us at that time. So that's always been something that's core to tech squads, and that in our cohort program we have all of the squads have their weekly meeting. And then besides the weekly meeting, we have Slack and lots of asynchronous communication. And we've just always tried to continue to develop our, tech squad in a way that would be like mimicking using the real tools that you use in a professional job to help each other gain experience with those tools. And really anything we could do to, it's still real experience, even if you're not getting paid for it, or if it's not, if you're building something even just for yourselves, it's still real experience and a real website, and you're working with real designers and real product managers and real developers. So to me, it's the most valuable kind of experience you can get outside of being paid to do it. So it's a little bit about how Cherry on Tech started. Hey, you're back.
Well, let's see. I shared the link everywhere. Thank you, Lavina. Thank you, Ali. So this is going to be here anyway. So if you go to our YouTube or our LinkedIn, you will see us anyway if you can pre-watch it. But yes, this is what happened with technology and Juliet, honestly. But thank you so much. Okay, Ali, anything else that you wanted to add about it?
About our story, yeah, I think I was just getting to the part where, we saw the value of what it offered us. We saw people in our tech squad getting their first job, being promoted, whatever it was. And we thought we just got to get more people connected to this idea and connected to their own tech squad. And that's how we developed the Cohort program, which targets people new to tech, and thought it was the best way that with the tools that we have that we could sort of help people really embrace the tech squad idea and get some real experience in like a dedicated amount of time. So that's always a segue into the Cohort program, which maybe you want to start talking about that a little bit?
Yes. Okay. So as we were working together in a tech squad, it was so limited about how many people we can bring in. I feel like we want to help more people, but it's in our tech squad, you cannot work with 20 people, 30 people. Yes, it's just so limited. So we knew, based on our research and talking with different people in the industry, that they all wanted this experience. So it's like, Ali, let's do it. And I think this was October 2022, where we say, okay, let's jump into it. Our first instinct, I would say Ali. I go for million, and Ali is more concerned of it, and a little more planner, more aware of the space and the time. I jump into a bigger goal, but anyway, is let's bring people in. Our first thought is just bring one tech squad, that it will be like maybe 1 p.m., a couple of designers, a couple of developers. Let's see who wants to be part of this. That was, again, back in December 2020, maybe, I don't know, November, December. We ended up having 80 people who apply to be part of our first cohort. So it's like, what do? We cannot say no to 70 plus people. So we ended up opening it to 4 tech squads that grow really fast for us. So that's when we ended up bringing mentors, something that we call a fairy mentor, that it will be in the tech squad, embedded in the tech squad with the a specific role. So for example, right now we have 2 p.m. So it will be one for a mentor for the 2 p.m.s, one for mentor for the designers, and one mentor for the developers. We needed the help. We couldn't multiply. We were just 2 people. So that's why we ended up bringing mentors. That was a great experience. We have such an amazing time, and we ended up saying, let's do it the second time. More people wanted to know about what we were doing. So we have our second cohort when we ended up bringing, I pushed Ali, I was like, let's go for 10. And Ali, no, we cannot do 10. We say, let's do 5. And we ended up doing 6. So that was really interesting. So last year, we ended up having 10 tech squads. That's around 70 plus people that we ended up helping that year. That's such an amazing number. So cool. And I feel like we have some people that just joined. Thank you so much for all the mess and for joining us here. If you just landed, we are just talking about what is the Cherry on Tech, the story of us, and the story of the Cohort program. That was a little bit of the story of the Cohort program, but maybe Ali, you give us a little more of the structure and what it is.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for everyone who just joined us. And we're talking about our cohort program today because it is officially opening today for our spring 2024 cohort.
Yes.
So yeah, let me give you a better idea if what that looks like and if that's something that sounds like it's for you.
Oh, Ali, you know what I have? I have a slide deck for this. Let me just put
cool.
it. Let's see.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Sorry, I always lost it here. Okay, there you go.
Awesome. Okay, thanks for the visual. Yes, so registration's opening today for 2 weeks or until we, as soon as we fill up, we will close the applications. But we are going to have hopefully 6 squads again. That means 42 people. Each squad has 2 designers, 2 PMs, and 3 developers, so 7 people on a squad. And what we're asking, we've made some improvements from our last cohort. And so what we're looking for this upcoming cohort starting in March is a 15-week time commitment of 7 to 10 hours per week. So we want people to be able to be really engaged with this program regularly and be able to communicate frequently with their squad so they can get as much, most out of the time that they can. And we like to say that this is the 15 weeks of the cohort program is just the beginning of what your journey can be with your tech squad. It doesn't have to end after the 15 weeks. And we truly hope you find, meaningful connections in, this community and want to keep working with the squad. We've had a number of squads continue past the program. And I feel like what you can expect starting the program is you're going to be paired up with the mentor that Juliet was talking about. So you'll have a role-based mentor that will be with you from beginning to end that you'll get a very one-on-one type of relationship with. And in addition to those mentors, you're going to also have week by week, we've broken down tasks to walk your squad through what it looks like to go through a project from the beginning, problem space, ideation phase, all the way to some kind of agile type sprints with your development team and to deploying a live website at the end of it. So you get to go through all that process of the software development lifecycle. And I feel like that's one of the things that makes this so valuable and what we hear back from the people who have participated. Even devs getting to participate in the early stages of a project of what is this thing that we're building? And then designers and PMs, we really, really are, encourage and help people see how they are involved in the development process and working closely with developers. And we do that because what Juliet and I see in our professional experiences is that that's the most, that's how it looks in the real world. And we want to give people the truest example of how they'll, what they can expect or to be prepared for their jobs. So
I wanted to add, sorry, here in that end-to-end project, usually when you start a job, I don't have like a percentage, but I don't think a lot of people will have the chance to work in a project from the beginning, from that idea concept of like a problem space and building to the end.
Yeah.
I was super lucky to have this opportunity back when I was working on the government, and it was such a powerful experience to work again with a cross-functional space with stakeholders. So it's like we want to make sure that everybody has this experience and they know how to do it, and looking into the future and trying to maybe look for something like this. But usually if you go to a workspace, there is something already created and you do enhancements, you do maybe new things coming in, but like a new product out of nothing is, you wouldn't find that much. So this is really powerful. And I feel, again, I cried last cohort and a little bit and at the end of the presentations, because if you see people on week, maybe the first 4 weeks, people is stressed out. It's like, I don't know where we're going, I don't know if this is going to work. But then you see them at the end of the cohort with the project that they did by themselves. It's like how they did all of this in just the amount of time, thinking that all of us, the participants, the mentors, the volunteers, this is something that we do and decide. Yes, this is not everybody's full-time job. I would say yet, Ali. I'm going to call it, this is not our full-time job yet. But for participants, they go to school, they have a life, they're parents, they have a full-time job, they have sometimes 2 jobs and going to school. So this is something that they're doing on the side that is super powerful.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think even like with doing an end-to-end project, there's, I do think there's so much more you're preparing for or learning in the experience than just like, if you want to go work for someone else, you may also want to work for yourself, and you're learning like all those tools in order to do that. So I think it really can prepare you for a variety of experiences depending on what you're looking for, because it is kind of open-ended in that way. And we just think that experience is valuable for everyone regardless. And the next thing I wanted to cover in just kind of about the program is the weekly meetings. Like I mentioned, as being kind of a cornerstone to the tech squads. So your tech squad will have your weekly meeting at your dedicated time, and that'll be time for you to work together, figure out what you're doing next, share what you've been doing, just chat about how things are going. And in addition to the weekly meetings in our cohort program, we have global meetings where we get all the squads together and we bring in amazing guest speakers, have breakout sessions, and just have like a great time every week to come together, look at what's coming up for the week, and just usually learn something really cool or get to talk to somebody you wouldn't have gotten to meet otherwise. So love our global meetings. And that's something we like to, like for me, I usually like wake up and get to go to the global meetings. So it's a lot of fun. It's a nice way to spend a morning on my weekends. And yeah, lastly, it's like Juliet said, this is a free program. Everything we do is all voluntary, and all the people we bring in, mentors, guest speakers, are all just volunteers to who want to just make people's, enrich people's lives. So we're really lucky to get all that support. And it's important to us to have a program that's, accessible to everybody, because there's nothing about the Tech Squad idea that is like, that people can't do. Like, there's no reason you need to like pay for it. Like, it's just one of those things where if you hadn't thought about it before, it's like, once you hear it, you're like, yes, that makes sense. Like, if I want to get a job and I'm trying to gain experience, I should work with a PM, I should work with a dev, I should work with a designer. But like, where am I going to meet them? How am I going to find those people? What am I going to do with them? That's what we're here for, to support you in understanding. And it's just like a little bit of support can like take you such a long way. It's like, we're connecting you to those people. We're giving you a little bit of like guidance of like, here's how you work together. And really, like, the squads are doing all of the work, and that's why you get so much out of the experience, because it's not handing you anything. We're just kind of connecting the pieces for you. So Juliet's got some important dates on the
yes,
board.
I realized that I forgot half of the sentence, but that's okay. So like Ali was saying, we are opening registration today. So if you go to, I feel like you can just Google. We will share those links. Maybe Ali, if you can help me to put them here. But we are opening registration today. This is first come first serve kind of an idea. So make sure that you are registering. It takes around 10 to 30 minutes the registration, mostly because we are asking you to do a little test, take home challenge that is super easy and is one of our cornerstones of like what we do and how we work for our projects. And this is one of the questions, Livia, you were asked, Lavina, you were asking what kind of experience do you need to be part of this? If you did a boot camp, if you are self-taught, if you have some experience, that's good. If you are willing to put the time, the effort to work with your tech squad, that's what we need. At the same time, I want to make sure and be clear, we are not going to teach you any hard skills. Like we won't tell you how to code, we won't tell you what is design thinking, we won't tell you any of those knowledges. We are just helping you here to build a project with your tech squad. So it's going to be up to you what you know and what you don't know in a way. At the same time, we have our fairy mentors that are going to guide you and help you as much as they can. But yes, registration period February 17 is starting today. Like it's open for all of you to go and check it out. And March 2nd, but this closing date could be before this time because is if we have the people, we close it. At the same time, if you're interested, I know that we leave it open for you to give us your email and then have you uh, in our waiting list for maybe during the cohort after. Ali can explain a little more about that. And what I meant to see here, I was going to say spring cohort 2024 is going from March 16th to June 29th. So those are the 15 weeks. We're going to have an onboarding week. So if you apply, we will get back to you. You will get to chat with us on one-on-one. Every single person that gets into the cohort gets to talk to us. We love to meet you and get to know you better. And we're going to have like our onboarding week between March 10 and our first global meeting will be on March 16, where we have a welcome party to everybody. We love those. And then from then, we're having a global meeting every Sunday. I don't know, Ali, anything else to add here?
I wanted to add one thing about like the experience level needed, if you don't mind me going back to it for a second. Yeah, like Juliet was saying, we're not a boot camp and we're giving a lot of resources and support, but it's really like we're connecting you with these other people and with your own squad to do your projects together. And so I think what I feel like is the best way to sum it up is like if you are at a point in your early career development where you're like ready to apply for your first job, or you think you're going to start applying for jobs in the next like 1 to 3 months, that's a really good gauge of kind of the experience level that we've seen like people be the most successful in the program. And like we want to support people new to tech at all stages, but we just recognize like there's so many amazing programs out there for people who are brand new, and we're trying to fill this gap of people who are like, I've learned some things, but I'm having trouble getting a job, or I'm not feeling confident about starting my job search because I've just got a little bit of a taste and haven't really gotten to try anything. So that's kind of like our target and who our program is catered to. And so it's a little bit open-ended, and we really focus on in our application processes. It's not like we don't want to be putting barriers in front of people the same way when they go to interview, they're being told you're not experienced enough. So we don't do anything like that. We really just, design our intake process around like availability, being able to match you with other squads that have similar, interests and time, and just also like the kind of We need people because our community is online. It's very like self-driven and motivated. We just, ask you some questions about, around like some things like just more about you. And it's not really about like sorting people. It's just more about like, we want you to be successful in our community. We would take everybody if we could, So we're just trying to like set people up for success. So I don't want anyone to feel discouraged if you feel like it doesn't sound quite like where you're at. Stay in touch with us, reach out to us, and we're always like happy to connect with people and try to figure out like how can we help them get to where they want to be. So that's what I'll say about that.
Makes totally sense. I feel, what else? I was going to show you like kind of the information where we have it situated, and then you can go. Let me share my screen again. Sorry, I have my phone anyway, so it's finding my camera. My camera location. This is the cohort program page. So if you come here, Ali, do you mind just to share this link as I scroll down?
Mm-hmm.
So here you can learn everything what we just said to you, but on writing, who should join, understanding what is a tech squad, a little more about the program details, any important dates for you to be aware of, kind of a little bit overview, big like macro view of the program structure, what you're going to be doing, and some of the key features why you should like to join us and how to join. So here, boom, you can find our let me see if can you see it? Let's see what it come. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is the volunteer one. So if you want to volunteer, you can always volunteer with us. Let me stop the screen sharing and move to the next one.
Yeah, I couldn't. I shared the link. I couldn't put it in the chat here, but maybe you can. But yeah,
Oh, yes,
we'll be
yes.
adding the
Oh, I
registration
forgot.
link on there in a moment, and we can share the link to the application here now.
Yes. So again, our registration is live. So again, a little more of the information, the key dates, um, all the events that are coming up if you want to know more about that. And then just again, it's ready. It's ready for you to come over here and join us. What else? We have one more question. Let's see. Oh, bandana. What is the job placement success rate for graduates of this cohort? Oh my goodness, I love these questions because I don't have the answers because we don't ask these questions. And this is something that we're working on for this year. Uh, so I don't know. I don't have like a percentage. I know that people keep posting that they get jobs, but what is the percentage of that? We don't know it. We are getting better at this cohort to ask all the right questions at the beginning and at the end. So sorry, Vandana. I will say, maybe we can go to the exciting news. And this is kind of something from what Vandana is mentioning. So for the global meetings, we have almost at the end for the last cohort, we always talk about like job readiness and how to start moving around the job market. Those, I would say, are usually one of our most popular global meetings. But because we are now moving into a bigger space and something that we call job readiness after program. And this is going to happen after the cohort. We are going to be doing different activities, bringing more guest speakers. We've been connecting with so many people that are in this field, and they are going to be giving us a hand around this because we want people to succeed. We want people to feel confident. We want them to go into interviews. We want them to network. We want them to find the jobs that they want. So we are having now an extra program after the program that is going to be the job readiness program. I'm super pumped about this because like Ali was mentioning, a lot of people that is coming into the program and in that space of like maybe in a month, 3 months, 6 months, they want to land their first role. So we want to help with that too. So we want those numbers too. So we are going to be asking Bandana. So if you join us, you can give us some help with this about like, are you in the job market right now? Would you be landing a job soon? We hope so. So yeah, I don't know if that helps, Bandana. Hope so. What else? I can share.
I dropped do you mind dropping the links in the chat? I sent them to you. It wouldn't let me post them since I'm not the host.
Oh,
In the meantime, I can talk about some upcoming events that we have going on.
I have
So,
some pictures. Hold on. I have
okay.
I'm all prepared with all these like things. Hold on. Just give me space. Okay, I have them here. I don't know if you know all the events, Ali, but
Yeah, I have them up.
Okay. I mean, you can. Yeah.
Yes, perfect. Okay, while Juliet's sharing the links, I will chat about, we're next Saturday, same time. Juliet's going to be chatting with some of our amazing participants from the last cohort, and they're going to be able to share all about their experience and what it was like. So if you're feeling like you just really want to, get a deeper dive and kind of firsthand perspective on what it was like to participate, come and hear what they have to say and what the experience was like for them. They'll give you the honest truth of what it was like for them. So we've got a few different perspectives from one of the devs in the program and two of the designers, all from different squads, I think. And yeah, you kind of hear how each squad kind of gets to develop its own culture, its own style, its own project, and just hearing about the kind of, like Juliet said before, like where they started and where they ended up, is really insightful to kind of get an idea of what you could get out of this program. And the next thing we have lined up is, okay, let's talk about this one. I don't have this one in front of me.
Yes, no, that's what I'm saying. I was putting these together. So as part of our job readiness incentives and theme for our last cohort, it's been a little more organic. So 2 weeks ago, we have our first talk. It was around developers and the do's and don'ts when looking for a job. But we're going to have UX designers and PM, and this is going to be happening next Saturday at 9 a.m. PST. So, and I'm super pumped about this mix. So we have Farwa. Farwa is the director of product for Green Shield. So she's going to be talking about decide as a hiring manager what is she's looking for. But then we have Anna. Anna just landed her job as a product designer. So what is that view from someone who is looking for a job? So I'm super interested about this mix of information. And then the next one is, what about PMs? I think PMs are looking for jobs. And one of the things that we found the most is, how do we make sure that we are talking about those soft skills that we are so good at it, or those skills that we're transferring from previous careers and now as a product manager? So I'm having UN. UN is the VP product for Green Shield. If you know, here we have a trend. I work for Green Shield, so I'm bringing like every of all my coworkers to talk about their experience. And what is cool about these ones are going to be open to everybody. So you can come and join us and learn more about their experience. But I feel like that's it. Plus, we have our last, I don't have a picture of that because it's us. So it's like, we don't need a picture. You have us live. We're going to have another open house on Thursday, February 29. Did we say 5 p.m. PST? I think so. 4 p.m. I don't remember. I will put that information to, don't believe everything when I say. I will put it in LinkedIn and you will see it on our YouTube. But we're going to have another open house as we close registration March 2nd. So you get to know more information. But yeah, I don't know. Do we have anything else? Do we have any more questions? And anyone else that is watching us, is any other questions that you would like to get us to go through? Sorry, let me share the other links that you share with me. And the second one is the registration form. You can go and register right now here. So I'm putting it all. Even if you are, I feel like just people is watching us in YouTube, so you will get those here, and I will share them later in LinkedIn. Um, Last week we have like a participants live session with PMs and designer. Who do we talk with? Now I don't remember. I think so. Oh, no,
Okay.
I'm kidding. PM and a developer.
Yes.
So if you want to know more about the PM's experience on the cohort, just go back to our YouTube channel. Our LinkedIn is there for you to watch. That was a really good one. Maybe because they say a lot of good stuff, but I love them. So go and take a look. I don't know. I feel like we don't have any more questions. So I don't know. Anything else, Ali, for you to add?
I don't know if we talked about it too much, but just to mention that Cherry on Tech is a community for underrepresented genders in tech. And so we're welcome to everyone who identifies as that. And we, just are really focused on creating a safe and welcoming community for people who maybe don't always feel that way walking into the tech world. So that's something we're passionate about. And another big part of our program, I think Juliet mentioned, is that we are building, or we are asking and, sort of giving resources for tech squads to learn how to build accessible websites and learn about web accessibility. So it is a key feature of our program. So if that's something you're interested in, this would be an opportunity to learn about it and to really get like a hands-on experience with what that means. And if you've never used a screen reader or seen anyone use a screen reader, that's part of our registration process, is getting you to just start getting hands-on with that. Set up your screen reader, see how it works, start thinking about what it's like to use the web or use software as somebody else who's not you. So those are a couple key things we haven't spent as much time talking about today, I think are really important, to our program and to our community. What do you think? Anything else, Julia?
Oh, I was thinking, what about if we share a little bit of like the summary of the highlights of
Yeah, that'd be
our
sweet.
fall 2023? So we can share this so you can come here and read it all by yourself. But big ones, the results again, we have 6 tech squads, 6 live websites. We went to 4 sprints, and we have 12 global meetings. A total of 42 participants, a lot of volunteers, age range, a little bit of everything. That always is super cool to see a little bit of everything. The squad projects, so we have Very Blend Squad with Blissful. We have Peachy Keen Squad with Job Quest. We have Kiwi Kick with a Spoonful. And the cool thing, again, if you go to our YouTube channel, you can get to see all of these projects presentations, so you get to learn more about this. Mente Fresh with Tether, Guava Dream with Equivate, and then we have Lemon Says with Unmatch. What about the program spaces, Ali? I feel like this is something that we haven't chatted either, but yeah.
Yeah, so you might notice a theme to the projects, just maybe even based off their names. But we have provided some prompts for problem spaces to kind of kick off that beginning discovery phase of the project for the squads. And the problem spaces we focused on in our last cohort were around some common challenges that we've heard that people face in kind of something relatable like their job search or in their job. So we had things around burnout in the workplace, things around just challenges with job searching in general. And what's the other one I'm missing?
Burnout, imposter syndrome.
Imposter syndrome. There it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
Yes.
We may change up the problem spaces kind of as we go. Those are really prompts just to get us, get you start like thinking in a direction together as a squad. And we encourage people to be as creative as they want to be. It's not there to be limiting. It's just kind of to set a direction. And the one thing I really want to highlight is, if you notice, like, this program is about just getting you connected with the squad to build your own project. Like, you're not building anything for us. This is your code, your website, your product. We're not like telling you what to build. We're not building anything for you. Nothing you're doing is for us. Like, this is just about you getting connected with the tech squad of your own, building your first project together, getting to see the value of like how you're supporting each other in your careers and your development, and getting to see getting to gain that experience. So there's, the kind of the structure of the program just exists to help facilitate all of that. But it is like you and your squad and what you put into it and just what you want to build. We're just here to kind of give you support in order to do that. So I think in that way, it's, different than what people might expect from like a boot camp or like a college course or something. Like, you're not getting a grade, you're not, turning in homework or something. Like, it's just, what do you want to learn? Like, we have resources, we have people who want to help you. It's just that sort of self-motivated type of like curiosity and being, trying to get to that first job and saying like, what skills do I need? I need a space to practice those things.
And I feel like just closing up with that is, this is a good way for everybody that is looking for a job, everybody that is starting a new career, to take something on their hands. Like, this is something that you can do regardless of what is going on in the job market, as like, people is not calling me, people is not giving me the experience. This is the chance for you to do this by yourself. So this is a great way to say, yes, I'm taking charge of what I can do. And for you is to build something in a cross-functional team. It could be, maybe haven't mentioned this yet. You can do it with us. We would love if you do it with us. But if you can find a team and you can do this with the team, please do it. This is going to be so powerful for your career, for your learning process, where you want it to go. And could be something that is yours. I think this is something that we love about this. This is yours, and you can take it as far as you can. So you can do it with us. We would love to. So you can apply, but you can do it on your own. And I mean, that's how we started our tech squad. Is just by putting a message. It's like, hey, is anyone down to build like a passion project together? And that's how we started. So you can do it too. We can help you, but either way. That's it. Like that's it. We don't have anything else. Don't forget, if you are in YouTube, just follow us in YouTube. If you're in LinkedIn, make sure that you follow us so you don't miss any of the upcoming events and information that we are bringing. And if you are an experienced developer, PM, or UX designer that is looking to give back to the community, we are opening, I don't have that link yet, but we are opening the registration for mentors right now too. So we are looking always for people that is down to help. It's going to be the commitment again for March 16 to June 29, between 1 to 3 hours per week. If you're down again to share your knowledge, to learn about mentorship, this is a great space for this. And why not to do it with us? Do you believe in our mission? Are you on the underrepresented gender? So again, women, non-binary, and trans people. I want to give back to the community. Charian Tech would love to have you. So yes, that's it. I don't know, what else do we have? That's it.
That's it. We'll be back with more soon. Keep up with
Yes.
us on LinkedIn. So there's always lots of stuff going on, lots to talk about. And always feel free to email us. What is it?
CharionTech@gmail.com. And again, LinkedIn is a good way to find us. Just go there, go to our website /cohort. You will see all the information there too. But thank you, everybody. Thank you for being so patient and find us wherever you find us. Yes, thank you so much. See you next time. Bye,
Thank you
everybody.
all. See ya.